Moving on to look at what you're doing now. I think it's interesting. Like you said, you started OTAs, moved to Google. Now you're at the supplier side. You're playing the game of owning distribution or taking back distribution and really owning relationships with the customer. What is the biggest challenge you're facing today doing that?
Where I'm spending most of my time is on the organizational aspects, which many of them derive from the culture of the company. So I lead a team of about 2,000 people now, which is distributed across different geographies in over 25 countries. So that brings an important layer of complexity already as such to any organization. But also, we are a company that has been not very focused on technology in the past, and that today in 2020 is a problem. So I spend a lot of time enabling people to make decisions, bringing some cultural aspects, bringing some basic concepts like the ones we talked about, cost of distribution. So upon joining, I asked, what's the cost of distribution that we have on the trade versus direct? And we didn't have a clear answer. So I created a whole data office with over 20 people, some data scientists, which are looking at this specifically. And now we have everything on a dashboard, and we see, at the flick of a switch, what's costing us to sell through each channel. We used to talk about distribution like on and off, online and offline, and this shocked me when I joined. And I said, well, distribution. We should be talking about distribution versus non-distribution, so B2C and B2B, and that's the cut, because everyone is digital now. We are digital, and every retailer is digital, and every tour operator is digital, or they have a digital outlet. So we shouldn't be looking at the world from a online versus offline, because that's nonsense. This is 18 months ago, and I was shocked by this. And there are many organizations that are still there, or even at a worst point in time. With all due respect, we need to shift and change quickly, and that's where I'm spending most of my time. We're now looking at things direct versus non-direct, and both are great. We have very strong partnerships with the trade, and we plan to keep those, of course. We forged them through decades, working together. We've also, one of the things that caught my attention was Thomas Cook, the famous Thomas Cook, the first tour operator in the world from the 19th century, over 160, 70 years in the industry, that went down the drain last September. They were an important partner for us, and we feel very sorry for their demise, but these proved that we needed to move faster, because many companies, ours and many others, are still extremely reliant on distribution. And there's nothing wrong with distribution, as long as it's good, healthy distribution that will stay alive, right? We live in a world, especially in the hotel industry, where we're in a constant fight against the clock. Our product is the most perishable inventory that you may have, more than food or more than seafood even. Because at midnight, our inventory is lost, and you cannot stock an unsold room night. It's gone forever. You can go back in time and sell it again.
Yeah.
So this mind shift of relying on partners to sell is great, and it needs to be controlled and properly managed. So coming back to the measurement, that's an area where I'm spending a lot of time understanding how profitable it is to sell this room through this channel. Is it possible to sell the same room through another channel or not? Think about Cape Verde, a small archipelago. It's an African country where we operate an hotel. Would it be possible to sell 100% online for that hotel? Well, certainly not, or it would be stupid to try to do so. But we have a beautiful property in Plaza Catalunya, in the heart of Barcelona, or the Apple store is in our hotel. Just you should get a sense on how centric it is. Would it be possible to sell 100% direct online in that hotel? Well, maybe yes. Would it be wise to do so? Probably not, because you need to find the right balance, because obviously an operator that wants to sell Barcelona, you might ask him to sell more of Cape Verde, and you need to find the right balance. So the point is, you need to look at the world in terms of who can sell more, measure, understand what the impact is going to be on the GOP, and build the teams around that strategy that you want to accomplish, which needs to be in accordance to what the world is asking for, not what your product is like. And that's another aspect that I'm spending a lot of time changing the mindset because our product is beautiful, our product is the best. So the product-based marketing, which is good, is one of the fundamental piece of marketing. But you need to think about the consumer much more. Is what does this individual want, and how are we going to engage with this audience to give them what they need instead of convincing them to buy what we have, right? Which is a shift in mentality. So those are the things that keep me quite busy these days, apart from the virus, which has destroyed our business completely.
Yeah.